Good afternoon, sir. Are you Kirk Edwin Jensen?
Yes, I have documents in here that I just filed with the clerk, and I need to submit them here.
Is that this thing called non-statutory abatement?
That's it.
All right, I got it. I provided a copy to Miss Davis. It's entitled Kirk Edwin Jensen, Reign Citizen, Reign of Heavens, a set apart place for that address. Non-statutory abatement. File number 23660ST, charges operating with no license. Charge 23661, charged with operating with no license in your possession. I don't think you can be convicted of both of those, as I said at our arraignment. And then the third count is a civil infraction, no proof of insurance. Could probably be charged as no insurance, but it was charged as a civil infraction.
I have the proof of that here.
May I see it? All right, that's the person that owned the car.
Correct. Yep.
All right. Let Debbie see that.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're heading into Judge Middleton's courtroom, and from the moment Kirk Jensen walks in, you know this one's going to be wild. He declares himself a Reign citizen and hands over something he calls a non-statutory abatement. It sounds impressive until you realize it means absolutely nothing. He starts talking about social compacts and body politics like he's reading from a fantasy rulebook. The judge calmly listens, but that stare says it all. This isn't legal strategy. It's pure courtroom cosplay. Everyone watching knows we're in for a legal train wreck wrapped in delusion.
All right. We had kind of a chase our tails around at the time of the arraignment. You are, what do you wish to be, a Reign citizen?
I have a social compact and a body politic, which gives the authority for the credentials that I had when I had given them to Mr. Brooks at the time. And
the officer that wrote the ticket.
Right. You had said that you were going to try to get those from him and see them for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know whether Miss Davis got that or not.
We did get additional information from the agency in Detroit regarding passports, and they confirmed that they are fraudulent. So if this doesn't get resolved today with the plea as charged to these misdemeanors, then we will be amending to have felony charges.
People call themselves different things. The common vernacular term had become sovereign citizen.
And I do not claim that in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
I rebut that. I completely rebut that statement.
All right. Well, I tried to think of a term for it.
Well,
just a minute.
Okay.
Let me get my thoughts together here.
All right, guys. Here's where the courtroom tone shifts fast. The prosecutor reveals Jensen didn't just hand over nonsense. He gave police a fake passport and forged ID. That's not just bad. It's felony territory. Jensen, trying to dodge the label sovereign citizen, still repeats all the exact same sovereign talking points. The judge doesn't flinch. Instead, he responds with biting sarcasm about crayon contests, and then drops a fresh label for this breed of confusion, Borough Grove. It's hilarious, but on point. The moment feels like comic relief, but the consequences? They're all too real.
We had a guy, Mr. Aiken, a couple of weeks ago, and we went round and round with him, and he wanted a jury trial, and he didn't show up, and then he was found in contempt, and he went to jail. And I said, well, how about willfully misinformed defendant? That's too cumbersome, or willfully ignorant defendant. And then I was laying in bed between then and now, and I thought, follow me here. Mimsy were the Borough Groves. It's like, what the heck does that mean? It's from the poem Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. It was written in the 1800s. It's a nonsense poem that doesn't mean anything. And More importantly, there was a science fiction story written maybe during the war called Mimsy Were the Borogroves. It's a very interesting story about some toys that were sent from the future back to here. It's pretty relevant right now with cell phones. And the third line is Mimsy Were the Borogroves. And what is a Borogrove? It doesn't make any sense. So my term for these people that come in with this kind of nonsensical jabberwocky is going to be Borogroves. So this is Borogrove. It doesn't mean anything, and neither do your pleadings.
Now this part gets intellectual and hilarious. Judge Middleton explains where Borogrove comes from. Lewis Carroll's Jabberwocky, a poem made entirely of nonsense. Sound familiar? He compares it to Jensen's court documents, which sound smart, but mean nothing. The metaphor lands perfectly, but the judge takes it further, warning what happens when people reject all laws, but still want to use roads, courts, and public systems. It's not just goofy. It's a threat to everything lawful. This isn't satire. It's a mirror held up to the madness of sovereign belief.
Statutory abatement and all this stuff about self-claimed contracts and Exhibit B and C has no lawful effect. So the question I have here is, do you wish to have a trial on these matters, or do you wish to enter a plea to this?
Does the body politic and social compact, is that being disregarded?
Correct.
Okay, then I'll go with the trial.
All right, then I will. Do you want to have an attorney to assist you?
No.
All right. You sow the wind and reap the whirlwind. The prosecutor is going to charge you with some sort of felony charge. What charge did you have in mind, Ms. Davis?
I believe that Prosecutor Morgan looked it up, and it was fraudulent documentation, basically manufacturing fraudulent passport and a fraudulent license.
We talked about Conch Republic passports. Whatever you had, and this false passport and some claim that somehow you had an international driver's license, you have to have a driver's license from somewhere to have an international driver's license. And this isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I had that too. I have that too, yes.
All right. Well,
one last question. The documents that were taken by Mr. Brooks, I want to make sure that those are entered in as evidence.
Guys, this is the part where you almost have to laugh. If it weren't so serious. Jensen refuses a lawyer, insists on self-representation, and wait for it, asks the court to include his forged passport and fake license as evidence. That's right. He's volunteering the proof for his own felony charge. Judge Middleton warns him yet again, but Jensen seems oblivious. It's courtroom self-sabotage at its finest. He believes so deeply in his made-up system. He can't see how bad he's wrecking his own case. It's delusion on full display.
I do not have physical possession of them. As all evidence, it's held by the sheriff's department and the evidence lockers. So certainly we would introduce those as exhibits.
all right. Well, you're always polite enough, but
I stand firm.
The problem with this is insidiously dangerous. People decide on their own that the rules don't apply to them. And even though they're polite and respectful, you're yanking my chain, and this is a waste of our court's time and Miss Davis's time.
I intend to prove that these things are correct.
All right, maybe you do, but they aren't. This stuff is meaningless. And if everybody decided like you that they don't need a driver's license, they don't participate in our social contract, and they wish to use our public roadways and our streetlights and our court system, but hey, it doesn't apply to me, things would break down. The rule of law would cease to exist. So it's polite, but it's insidious and it's dangerous. What's next? I don't have the social contact, so I can punch somebody in the nose. I can kill somebody. I can sell drugs. The rules don't apply to me because I'm a RAIN citizen. Well, it don't work that way, at least not here in Michigan or in St. Joe County. Same rules apply to you that apply to everybody else. And you're going to get charged with a felony document fraud case. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Jury.
Yeah, the same thing. It's hypocritical. The rules don't apply to you, but you don't mind bringing in 30 of your citizens to come in and
It's
hear
going to be
this
just
stuff.
me. It's just going to be just me.
I'm going to set for a jury trial. Mimsy, we're the Borough Groves. That's what this amounts to. 'Twas brilling on their slithy ties. It's a bunch of nonsense.
All right, guys. Judge Middleton now gets real. He says Jensen may be polite, but this behavior is insidiously dangerous. Denying licenses, rejecting law, refusing all responsibility. This isn't harmless ideology. It's an unraveling of civil society. And yet, Jensen still wants a jury trial. The hypocrisy is thick. He rejects the court, but wants its benefits. The judge breaks it down. Without shared rules, society doesn't function. This isn't personal. It's a warning. Middleton's message is clear. Your belief doesn't shield you from the law. It isolates you from reality.
And so, Mr. Borough, I will see you on August 16th at 8:30.
Your Honor, just to clarify a few things in anticipation of that. As far as service, Mr. Jensen, will you accept service at the email that you have on this non-statutory abatement?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so just wanted the clarification that I'm going to send a witness list to him, make sure that he has the supplemental report from.
Yeah, there is one thing that it does have some merit in here. He asked for discovery. So yes, your request for discovery is honored, and the prosecution will provide all discovery to the defendant.
On this document that was filed
And what
today.
email will I use to respond?
Yours would, the email that it comes from, which is PROS
Okay.
at stjosephcountymi.org. As far as witnesses, the people would intend to call Deputy Kevin Brooks, Detective Sergeant Brian Steers, Chris Catone from the TSA, and James Herdman, Special Agent, Diplomatic Security Service from the Detroit office.
Will all that be included with the email?
Yes, I will do a written witness list. So
What's that officer's name?
The last one, James Herdman, Herdman. And then potentially this Cheryl Pulaski.
The owner of the car?
Yes. I don't believe there might have been another backup officer. Let me double check. I don't know if we'll need him, but.
Even though you have these mistaken beliefs, what's your objection to having an attorney to help you with this?
I do not choose to have any bar or associates representing me.
All right. If it is not charged as a felony, in the meantime, you're to be here August 16th at 8:30.
Okay.
And do you have any witnesses that you wish to call?
Potentially the owner of the car. I'm not sure at this point, but that would be one potential minimum. Other
Just a minute.
witnesses, would they be available?
One precaution, the owner of the car might have a Fifth Amendment right not to testify.
Mhm.
If they're allowing you to drive the car without an operator's license, that could be a misdemeanor in and of itself. So that's something to consider. But we'll address it further. We'll see what Mr. Marvin and Ms. Davis elect to do with this.
For further witnesses, would Zoom be available?
No, they be here live and in person.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? All right. You're free to go.
Thank you, Romy.
And now we wrap up as Judge Middleton sets Jensen's jury trial for August. The prosecution lines up serious witnesses, federal agents, TSA, investigators. Jensen says he might call the car's owner, not realizing he could be getting them charged too. The judge keeps a steady hand, but the message is loud. This fantasy defense is over. Then Middleton seals it with a grin. Henceforth, I'll call this type of defendant a Burrow Grove. And with that, the Courtroom saga closes. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.